So I've published this product. This product has been deployed in the Streamlit community cloud. So let's throw some light on it. So this product that I built is an AI-powered personalized caption generator. So nowadays there are so many brands. Some brands are already established. Some are finding it hard to establish themselves in the consumer's mind and the feel they have. So let's talk about Shraddha Khabra. She has interned in Microsoft, Google, and worked as full-time software development specialist at Microsoft. She's an industry professional, a veteran. Now she's serving as the founder of Apna College, and she sells and publishes courses, alpha batches, beta batches for DL, ML, AI courses, DSA programming. So she already has her brand established. What she has to do is implement some brand messaging strategy uh, to emanate some good product messaging to their target audiences. These are some of her target audiences, or we can say the target groups, or the target customers of Apna College brand. That's an online platform. Uh, so I know that she uses LinkedIn a lot. She's active on LinkedIn, and she markets through LinkedIn posts, and there has to be some caption that's aligned to her way of writing. If you go to her LinkedIn, you can see multiple posts. So what this product does is it takes input. I'll push the input as Shraddha Kapra's recent 10 posts in LinkedIn, all the captions that it has, and then the output of this product would be, or this tool would be, the future LinkedIn post captions that will be aligned to Shraddha Kapra's, or I would say Apna College's way of writing, behavior, and its way of thinking. So the importance of this product would be, if you are building your brand and you're trying to reach out to customers so that their mindset is aligned with your way of thinking, or their mindset has a space to think about your brand, you have to come up with some brand messaging, and LinkedIn posts are a good way of that. The kind of messaging you put on that, it's not a good idea that you always write your caption through ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude or any other LLM models out there, or any other Gen AI models out there, because that would result in a vague caption that doesn't align with your way of thinking. But if you use this tool and you just provide your past recent posts, it will study your behavior, your way of writing, and it will generate your future post contents that's aligned to your way of writing. Because uniqueness and your way of writing is what adds on to your USP, unique selling point, and then only people will be able to identify that, yeah, if your name is Ankur, yeah, this man is Ankur because he has this value, this is his messaging style. So you have to really identify your brand messaging, and this product really helps with that. It aligns with your way of writing, and it generates contents based on that. So you can always check this product link in the description, because I have deployed this product tool in the Streamlit community cloud, as well as you can check my GitHub repository where I have published the code. So the nuances of code and the flow of this product or this tool, I'll discuss its nuances and complexities in the upcoming flow. This is how the project structure looks. First of all, we have data. Inside the data folder, I have raw post.json. That's the most important file, because I'll be using that to generate process post.json. First of all, let's jump into llmhelper.py. So I've used Grok to generate Grok API key. That is nothing but an endpoint in order to communicate with LLM, and the LLM that I'll be communicating with to generate my prompts and my queries is Llama, the model of which I have mentioned in the llmhelper.py. And that API key has been passed in the .env file, and that cannot be shared because it's some private details. So Shraddha Kapra's 10 recent posts have been manually put inside the raw post.json. Each 10 posts would have the text as the caption and engagement as the total engagement of the post, that is the summation of total reactions, reposts, comments, etc. There will be 10 different objects inside this raw post.json. So what I want as output is process post.json that will be generated, that I have not created, but through the code I'll be generating that. And the process post should have text engagement for each post, plus I want some new details that can be extracted from these individual posts. That would be line count, total number of lines on the post, total number of lines on the caption, language, if it is English. I know that she posts only on English, so let that be English. And the tags. Tags would be the different categories or the context of the post by which we can distribute different posts, such as campus placement, career advice, learning resources, student success stories. So these tags, they are uniform. I'll explain you what uniform is. First of all, in the preprocess.py, as the name suggests, we'll be doing some pre-processing based on the raw posts. So from the main call, we'll be calling the from the main function, we'll be calling the process post. We'll pass the arguments, mandatory arguments, raw file path, that will be raw post.json, and this is optional processed file path because that will be generating, but we can always pass that from the main call. So first of all, I'll just initiate one enriched post list because I'll be storing, based on these, I'll be storing a new list that will have the text engagement as well as line count, language, and tags. And the only problem here is the tags that will be extracted will be non-uniform. So there will be a function called extract metadata.post, the sole purpose of which is to extract metadata, that is, it will return the line count, language, and tags, and that I will merge with the text and engagement for each object or element in the raw post.json, and that will be stored in the enriched post. And the problem is the tags that are extracted from these raw post.json, they are non-uniform. That's the problem with enriched posts that we will be unifying. And the important thing that you have to keep in mind is there is an LLM prompt. The LLM has been invoked, and we are querying the LLM from our program inside this extract metadata post, that you can always check my code, what prompt I have given. So based on each post, I have prompted the LLM. Don't give me any preamble. I don't need any preamble. I just need exact line count, language, and tags based on each post of Shraddha Kapra. I've taken 10 posts, so 10 recent posts. And that language is all okay, line count is all okay, but the tags are ununiform. That's stored in the enriched post. Since it is ununiform, I cannot generate processed posts.json through that non-uniform tags. Let's understand what is non-uniform and uniform. Shraddha Kapra posts many things that we can categorize based on placement prep, placement strategy, career guidance, placement insights, and you can see all these. I'm not going to read everything. So the thing is, many things, there's a problem because the first one is capital, then it's small, capital, small, capital, small, capital, capital, it's okay. But many things are repeating. I want the similar patterns to be mapped to one single statement. That's what I mean by uniform. So these are uniform things. Placement prep and placement strategy can be mapped to single statement campus placements. So I don't want, in the processed post, I don't want the tags to show placement prep, placement strategy separate times. I can merge them into campus placements. That's what I mean by uniform. Similarly, I can do with this. If my program catches that, yeah, this first post is about placement prep and notes, I don't want the tags in the processed post to be placement prep and notes. I want the tags to be campus placements and learning resources. That's what I mean by uniform, and we need to be uniform here. So there is another function called getUniform tags that takes enriched posts as an argument because this has the non-uniform tags. So it generates, it also has LLM prompt inside it, and all these LLM prompts are using Grok API key that I have already passed in the LLM helper and the .env file. That's enabling me to prompt my llama model and get the response. So through the LLM prompt, it is giving me unified tags. So it is merging these similar patterns into one single statement. That's exactly what I need in my processed post.json. So I'm able to generate my unified tags list, and based on that, I'm writing a function to write this process post based on these unified tags. And based on all these pre-processing, I'm able to generate pre-processed posts. Now let's take a deep look into how raw posts look, how a specific non-uniform post with extracted metadata would look, and how the processed post should look. Now, time to deep dive into raw post.json, enriched post, and the process post.json. Raw post.json, you should not have any doubt. Just open Shraddha Kapra's LinkedIn profile, go on the recent posts. I've taken 10 posts. Don't include her repost. I mean the posts that she has not published, but she has reposted from her account. I'm not counting those. So all these posts are the posts that have been published from her official LinkedIn handle. As you can see, the first post, the top post, that the most recent post that she has published starts with the caption almost all. The second one starts with Deepika. She's talking about one of her clients, and the top 10 posts with engagement and the caption. This is good, but I want to generate pre-processed post. Before generating pre-processed post, I'm getting something called enriched posts. Here I'm getting the text for each of the posts I'm appending line count, language, and tags. The only problem is the tags that is not uniform, as I discussed, and I'm converting that to uniform. So this enriched post has been converted into process post.json that was written and stored in the data folder right besides raw posts. I'm not writing everything. The only difference this and this has is that the text, engagement, everything is same. Only difference is tags. It had non-uniform tags that has been converted to uniform tags. So placement prep, placement guidance can be all mapped to campus placements. Career tips falls under the category of career advice, and courses falls under the category of learning resources. This was done based on the LLM prompt that was called from the preprocess.py function file. Inside it we have multiple functions, and inside that we have prompts. That was the reason why we got these uniform tags. So do one thing, go to my description. I have linked my product link. Open that. You will see a Streamlit app that I deployed, and there you will see context drop down. Just click on the context drop down. You'll be able to see all the tags that's mentioned in the processed. Go to the processed post.json that's in my GitHub repository. Inside the data folder, you will see different tags for 10 different posts, and the drop down in the product has those values from this processed post tags. That's the purpose. Okay, now let's take another step into few shot learning. Few shot learning is nothing but a machine learning technique to make accurate predictions. We need to predict or generate upcoming or future posts for Shraddha Kapra. So make accurate predictions based on very small examples. Very small examples will be nothing but her historical post captions, based on which we will predict her next post under the context of tags, length, and language. Just understand one thing. We have the pre-processed posts, and we have the different tags and uniform tags. The problem with pre-processed post is that it can have duplicates. For example, there are 10 recent posts of Shraddha here, along with that has text, engagement, line count, language, and tags. So the thing is, here the tags can have duplicate values, and we cannot pass duplicate values in the UI. Right now, simultaneously open the product link in my description. You will see 3 drop downs to select from. The first one is context, that has the unique tags. So we need unique values. So that's why we traverse this processed posts and we extract the unique values. So we use Python sets because it is known to contain unique values. It removes the duplicates and redundancy. So we are using Python sets so that we have the unique tags from this process posts, and this unique tags becomes the source to the context drop down in the UI. So all the values in the context, motivation, internship, company updates, campus placements, and all these are fed into the context from unique tags that has all the unique values of the tags. So we directly don't pass the tags from the processed post, otherwise it will have duplicate values, and that will be a bad user experience. User might see 2 times motivation and he will be confused which motivation to select. He might see 3 times company updates, he might be confused which one to select, and that's bad to the eyes, aesthetically not beautiful. Another important thing we have in this file is depicting the length. Okay, you can generate the LinkedIn post content in short, medium, or long, depicting less than 5 lines or between 5 to 10 lines or more than 10 lines. Another important thing is language. We all know that Shraddha posts using English language, so don't be confused or scared if the drop down opens and you see just English and not other values. I've set that to English only. We have another important function in this few shots Python file, that is get filtered post. The concept is the user is going to come in, he's going to select one of the values in the context. Let's say internships, he selects internships. Length, he selects medium. Language, he selects English. Now if he presses the generate button and he sees the caption, what do you think, what kind of post should come in? If you think that it should call the LLM helper, and through the LLM and the API key, it should invoke the llama model and asks, just write me a LinkedIn caption for the context internship, keep the length medium between 5 to 10 lines, and language English. It will just generate a generic post that doesn't align with Shraddha's way of writing. Her writing style is not depicted. So what this does is, it will take the user's input, internship, medium, and English, and it will traverse through the processed post.json because it has Shraddha's writing style. It will match the tags that has internships and the length as medium. It means the line count is medium, or the line count is between 5 and 10, and then the language is English, and it will match all those. And my model has these small examples. Okay, suppose inside the processed post.json, some of the elements do match this. Now the model will generate me a caption that is filtered by these constraints, internship, medium, and English, and that matches Shraddha's style. That's the output I want, and that's exactly what I'm getting. So this get filtered post serves as a search engine over the LinkedIn post dataset, and this dataset is Shraddha's 10 recent LinkedIn posts and matching the user input in the dropdowns. I hope it's clear. Now we'll talk about main.py and postGenerator.py. We need a Python file where we'll be writing the front-end UI to render the UI, right? So the main.py renders the front-end UI to collect the user preferences, that is context, length, and language. And this will be written using Streamlit. And the other important file is postGenerator. It has 2 important functions: get prompt, that accepts the 3 inputs, length, language, and tags. Context here is the tags, and returns the required prompt. So it has the LLM prompt. It invokes the LLM llama model based on these 3 inputs by the user, and it generates the response, and it gives it to generate post that accepts these 3 parameters, and its sole purpose is to forward this generated response to the main.py that renders this response. That would be the generated LinkedIn post that will be generated when the generate button is clicked, and that generated response is rendered right beneath here. That would be matching the writing style of Shraddha Kapra. That's the high level flow of this project, but let's also understand it with diagrammatic flow. Well, at the end, let's discuss the high level flow. So don't get scared if it's too small, since I have said high level, so you have to ignore some things. and I cannot include everything in the small board, so we'll be including some of the important tasks only. So we're starting with the raw post that has 10 recent posts of Shraddha Kapra's LinkedIn, that will have the LinkedIn post captions and the engagement data. And the Streamlit UI looks something like this: context, length, and language drop down along with the generate button. Now our LLM on the next step extracts the metadata out of these posts and adds line count, language, and tags. These tags will be non-uniform. That will be subject to standardization into common categories. Now we're able to generate the processed post.json that will have text, engagement, line count, language, tags, and all the tags will be uniform. And that will contain the enriched data set metadata and the unified tags, not the non-uniform tags. That was the purpose of generating processed post of data. And after that, we need to extract unique tags from processed posts so that those unique tags can be fed into this drop-down context that the users can select from. Then we develop the Streamlit UI that renders the front end for users to select these three categories. After that, we will retrieve similar examples. Then that's about few short examples. If the user selects some context, medium length, internship in the context, length should medium, and language English, then we will prompt the LLM through the LLM helper.py and show the LLM some appropriate examples from the processed post based on these filters that the user has input. Then the LLM helper comes into the picture, and I have selected the Llama 3.370 billion parameters versatile model. It's your choice which model to choose. You can select GPT. I selected Llama, my wish. And based on the correct input, it generates post aligned with Shraddha's unique writing style, and the Streamlit UI displays or renders the generated post right here. So in this project, we have utilized Gen AI, and we have called or invoked LLM through our Grok API keys. Every great product has use cases, and I think this is a very good product because it is working fine, and you guys can really check the product in the link. But let's discuss some real world use cases. Let's talk about social media agencies that are managing multiple accounts and clients. Accounts means different kinds of clients they have, and they are managing their LinkedIn handles. They're hired by their clients to promote their marketing through LinkedIn. So their task is to generate some good LinkedIn posts with the captions that really aligns with the client's way of thinking, tonality. So they need to preserve the client's way of writing and their brand messaging. So my product really plays a crucial part in their journey. So what they need to do is study their client and just accumulate top 10 to 20 posts of their client that is working well. Just check the LinkedIn analytics. Select top 20 posts and input that in the raw post.json. Include the captions, include the engagement numbers. Run this code locally, and then you're going to get the pre-processed post, and the Streamlit UI will display this, and you don't need to run the code again and again. Once you deploy it in the Streamlit community cloud, it's going to stay there forever. You just need the Grok API key. So what you do is, now you have the context, length, and language. Suppose your client is an HR tech platform that has something to do with recruitment, that has something to do with HR services, that has something to do with training employees with the modern skill set like AI or whatever is getting traction in the market right now, market up to date. They want employees to be skilled with the current tactics and current skills that is relevant in the current market. So now the context would be something like recruitment, skills. Just select that, skills, select the length, select the language, generate, and it will preserve the tonality of your client. It will preserve their brand consistency and brand messaging. By that I mean every brand messages or emanates some unique stuffs and some unique way of writing. That will be ensured with their consistent writing style. And when the day comes that you as a social media manager or agency don't even have time because you're bogged down with multiple clients, and you don't even have time to open chat gpt and manually prompt it, please write me a post for my client. Context would be recruiting, length would be medium, 10 to 12 lines, and language would be English. Maybe it will generate a generic post that is not brand consistent. So that time you will be able to save your time, because that moment would be like time is money scenario, and you'll be utilizing my product, and you'll be getting the caption in seconds, compared to when you chat gpt and you take at least 5 minutes to properly check the prompt, compared to what my product already has the prompts and the code. You just need to run the code and select from the UI. You get the caption right there, and you can copy paste the caption and just publish in the LinkedIn. That's the use case. When you really don't have time, just use this product. Not limited just to social media agency, but founders building their personal brands who are new and who are startup founders, and they want brand messaging. They want to emanate something unique, and they want to stick to one messaging style. They can use this product and just try to establish public feeling towards their brand. We have big enterprises, we have small enterprises, we have sales executives who are using some similar sales guidelines and sales framework, and they need to talk to customers. So what they can do is they can generate some posts that's not mandatory to publish in LinkedIn, but they are generating some lines that they need to memorize, so that they are impressing their prospect clients to close the sales deal. They can use this product. Even the marketing people, startups, SMBs, SMSEs, because brand consistency and messaging is required in every industry, no matter retail, fintech, HR tech, ed tech, but it's required everywhere. So if a good entrepreneur comes in, if he has built this product that I've built, he might see that, yeah, he's able to sell this product to 2 to 3 social media agencies, 1 to 2 SMBs, and after that the demand grows up for this caption generator, and he sells this for $5 per month, and gradually he increases the prices as he sees the demands skyrocketing. That's the sign of a good entrepreneur. So of course that's different context that we can talk in some other video, but I tried my best to make you understand what this product is all about and its various use cases. And just keep in mind that it is not only related to Shraddha Kapra's LinkedIn post generation. I just named it Shraddha Kapra because in the raw post I have inputted Shraddha Kapra's post. Now I can take some other documents, like I would go to some fitness enthusiast linked Instagram post. I'll copy paste all the caption details of the top 20 performing posts, and I'll be able to generate my required caption that's very much aligned to his way of writing. So I just need to input the writing style of whoever I want to imitate, and I just need to press one button selecting the input criteria, and it will give me brand consistent writing, brand consistent and consistent writing style of that particular influencer or person, and it will generate me very beautiful lines of English or whatever language I can select, and it will give me some posts that really aligns well with their way of thinking. And if I God says I happen to meet these people, I already know how they write, how they think, and I'll be able to communicate with them properly, because my model just gave me how this person writes, what this person thinks. So I'm multiple way closer to shake hands with that guy and form a genuine bond. So this product has a lot of use cases. So please do try this. Link is on the description. You can just copy paste my code from my GitHub, run it locally in your PyCharm editor. You can change the raw posts. You can generate your writing way. You can pick top 20 performing posts from your LinkedIn, check those captions, write those captions right here, generate the pre-processed post.json, generate the Streamlit UI, and just select the context and these three required fields and generate, and it will match your writing style. So thank you. Just use it and let me know.